Today we're covering 25 questions you will see on the Tennessee real estate exam. My name is Mac Nomura and I'm a real estate exam trainer here at US Realty Training. If you like this video, then you'll love our exam prep package because you will get practice exams, vocabulary flashcards, explainer videos, a study guide, and a whole lot more. Click the link in the description and comments below to get it today. And with that said, let's review these questions. Which of the following is true regarding referral fees? A, the payment of the fee must be disclosed upon request. B, a broker may not pay a referral fee to an out-of-state broker. C, a referring party must have justifiable cause to collect a referral fee. D, referral fees paid to other licensees need not be disclosed to the principal. And the answer is C as in Charlie. A referring party must have justifiable cause to collect a referral fee. Referral fees must be disclosed to principal parties whether requested or not. Referral fees can be paid to non-resident licensees. However, parties claiming a referral is owed must have justifiable grounds to be successful with such claim. Which of the following is not a violation of Tennessee Vacation Lodging Services laws? A, an agent fails to provide copies of the contract to renters. B, an agent's contract with a client has an expiration date less than 6 months from contract commencement. C, an agent performs vacation lodging services without an office. Or D, an agent discards rental documents after 2 years following the transaction. And the answer is B as in boy. An agent's contract with a client has an expiration date less than 6 months from contract commencement. Must dues for the agent for providing copies of contracts to clients, maintaining an office, and retaining records for 3 years. It is okay to have a 6-month contract with a client. The vacation lodging service must have an office at a fixed location with adequate facilities and located to conform with zoning. A licensee sells 5/6 of an acre for $28,000 and receives a 6% commission. If she splits with her broker 50-50, what did she receive per square foot? A, 0.023 cents per square foot. B, 0.046 cents per square foot. C, 0.037 cents per square foot. D, 0.002 cents per square foot. And the answer is A as in apple, 0.023 cents per square foot. 5/6 of an acre equals 5 times 43,560 square feet divided by 6, or 36,300 square feet. Her commission was 0.06 times $28,000 times 0.50, or $840. So $840 divided by 36,300 square feet equals 0.023 cents per square foot. Which of the following is an example of blockbusting? A, an agent shows a minority home buyer properties located in a neighborhood where there are no other minority home owners. B, an agent persuades a minority home buyer to avoid looking in a neighborhood where there are minority home owners. C, an agent persuades a family to put their house on the market because ethnic minority families are beginning to move into the neighborhood. D, an agent persuades a minority home buyer to buy a property located in an area where most of the homeowners belong to a minority group. And the answer is C as in Charlie. An agent persuades a family to put their house on the market because ethnic minority families are beginning to move into the neighborhood. Blockbusting, a prohibited activity, is the practice of inducing owners in an area to sell or rent to avoid or impending change in the ethnic or social makeup of the neighborhood that will cause values to go down. Cecily Longstreet believes a real estate agent has kept her from seeing a certain property for rent because she is a woman. What action should she take if she wants legal satisfaction of her complaint? A, file charges of legal discrimination with the police department that has jurisdiction over that local area. B, file a complaint with HUD and or file suit against the offending parties in a state or federal court within the prescribed time period. C, wait 2 years and file a civil suit in federal court. D, sue HUD for damages under the Civil Rights Act of 1966. And the answer is B as in boy. File a complaint with HUD and or file suit against the offending parties in a state or federal court within the prescribed time period. The Fair Housing Amendments Act of 1988 prohibits discrimination based on sex. If Cecily feels she has been discriminated against in this way, she may file a complaint with the Office of Fair Housing and Equal Opportunity in HUD within 1 year or file suit in a federal or state court within 2 years of the alleged violation. Lots in the South High subdivision are selling for approximately 50 cents per square foot. The Grandersons want to build a 2,500 square foot home on a 1.5 acre corner lot. The custom builder can build a home for $135 per square foot. What will the completed property cost the Grandersons? A, $359,170. B, $370,170. C, $32,670. D, $374,070. And the answer is B as in boy, $370,170. The land costs 50 cents times 43,560 square feet per acre times 1.5 acres or $32,670. The home will cost $135 per square foot times 2,500 or $337,500. The total property will cost $370,170. One of the property manager's fundamental responsibilities is A, obtaining construction loans for the principal. B, financial reporting to the principal. C, finding a buyer for the property. D, maintain good standings in a manager's professional association. And the answer is B as in boy, financial reporting to the principal. Financial reporting to the principal is a fundamental responsibility of the property manager. Reports may be required monthly, quarterly, and annually. Required reports include operating budget, cash flow, profit with loss, and budget comparison statements. A licensee may have his or her license revoked or suspended for any of the following acts except A, placing a for sale sign on a property without obtaining the written consent of the owner. B, providing material copies of a contract to the signatory at the time of signing. C, entering into a listing agreement without a specific termination date. D, entering into a net listing. And the answer is B as in boy, providing multiple copies of a contract to the signatory at the time of signing. Licensees are required to provide copies of contracts and other transaction documents to the principal upon execution. So the licensee can be disciplined if he fails to provide such copies. The other acts are violations of license law. Which of the following activities does not require a license? A, auctioning. B, paying rents for franchise brokerage offices. C, exchanging real property for another party for a fee. D, collecting rents for an apartment complex's owner. And the answer is B as in boy, paying rents for franchise brokerage offices. Included in activities requiring a license are collecting or attempting to collect rents and auctioning, offering to auction, or advertising or indicating that one is engaged in doing so. Paying rent, however, does not require a license. To avoid violating the Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act, parties who are providing services to the buyer or seller in a transaction must A, be paid before the closing date for any service they provide. B, inform the closing agent of the cost of their services at least 1 week before the closing date. C, receive payment only from the funds held in escrow, not directly from buyer or seller. D, disclose in writing any business relationships they have with other parties involved in the transaction. And the answer is D as in dog. Disclose in writing any business relationships they have with other parties involved in the transaction. Business relationships and affiliations among real estate firms, mortgage brokers, title insurance firms, and other such companies that are involved in a transaction are permitted, providing the relationships are disclosed in writing to the consumer. The consumer is free to go elsewhere for the relevant service, and the companies do not exchange fees for referrals. Compared to a stock portfolio, a real estate investment would be considered A, riskier investment, B, a more management-intensive investment, C, a shorter-term investment, D, a more leveraged investment. And the answer is B as in boy, a more management-intensive investment. Real estate tends to require a high degree of investor involvement in management of the investment. Even raw land requires some degree of maintenance to preserve its value. Improved properties often require intensive management, including repairs, maintenance, on-site leasing, tenant relations, security, and fiscal management. Which of the following laws or ruling extended discrimination to include gender, handicap status, and family status? A, Executive Order 11063. B, Civil Rights Act of 1968. C, the Fair Housing Amendment Act of 1988. D, Jones versus Mayer. And the answer is C as in Charlie, the Fair Housing Amendments Act of 1988. The Fair Housing Amendments Act of 1988 prohibited discrimination based on sex and discrimination against handicapped persons and families with children. Executive Order 11063 concerned racial discrimination in housing where federal funding was involved. The Civil Rights Act of 1968 concerned discrimination based on race, color, religion, and national origin. Jones versus Mayer concerned racial discrimination. Certain classes of property owner and types of property are exempt or immune from real property taxation in many areas. The protected categories usually include A, recreational properties. B, properties owned by a government agency. C, properties that comply with the Americans with Disabilities Act. D, properties occupied by single-parent families. And the answer is B as in boy. Properties owned by a government agency. Certain types of property are exempt from property taxes. Certain classes of property owner may also be exempt or have a reduced liability. Exemptions include government-owned properties, real properties owned by churches, and properties owned by the nonprofit organizations. An investment property seller pays $14,000 in closing costs. These costs, A, may be deducted from personal income, B, may be deducted from the property's income, C, may be deducted from the sale price or for gains tax purposes, D, may be deducted from the adjusted basis for gains tax purposes. And the answer is C as in Charlie, may be deducted from the sale price for gains tax purposes. Selling costs include such expenses as brokerage commissions, relevant advertising, legal fees, seller paid points, and other closing costs. These costs are deducted from the selling price to get the amount realized, which is reduced by the adjusted basis to calculate gain on sale for gains tax purposes. The formula for calculating capital gain tax is the taxpayer's tax bracket multiplied by A, the sum of the beginning basis plus gain, B, the difference between amount realized and adjusted basis, C, the sum of net sale proceeds and capital gain, D, the difference between net sale proceeds and capital gain. And the answer is B as in boy, the difference between amount realized and adjusted basis. The formula for gain tax is taxable gain on sale multiplied by the owner's marginal tax bracket. The formula for gain on sale is amount realized minus the adjusted basis, which equals gain on sale. The formula for amount realized is selling price minus costs equals amount realized. Therefore, the gain tax equals amount realized minus adjusted basis multiplied by the tax rate. By definition, a material fact is one which A, the Commission declares is significant, B, carries the legal import of law, C, relates to the condition of the seller's property, D, affects a person's decision to enter into a real property transaction. And the answer is D as in dog. Materiality of a fact is driven by its ability to affect one's decision whether to buy or sell. It does not relate to the Commission. Material facts are further not limited to the realm of property condition. They can relate to the principal's motivation, among other things. Effective gross income is defined as A, the total of scheduled of rents, B, the total of all rents and revenues generated by a property, C, potential gross income minus debt service and reserves, D, revenue from all sources minus losses from uncollected rents, vacancies, and evictions. And the answer is D as in dog. Revenue from all sources minus losses from uncollected rents, vacancies, and evictions. The total of scheduled rents plus revenues from such sources as vending services, storage charges, late fees, utilities, and contracts is the potential gross income. Subtracting losses caused by uncollected rents, vacancies, and evictions gives effective gross income. In Tennessee, mechanics lien. A, take priority over other liens including mortgage liens. B, may be placed on property by both contractors and subcontractors. C, must be filed within 1 year of commencement of the work. D, may not be filed on homestead exempt property. And the answer is C as in Charlie. Must be filed within 1 year of commencement of the work. The filing deadline for mechanics liens dates from the commencement of the work and continues for 1 year. Subcontractors may not generally place mechanics liens on property unless the owner is the general contractor. Typically, the lender verifies that the lien will not take priority over the mortgage lien, and in any case, the mechanics lien does not take priority over superior tax liens. The highest form of ownership interest one can acquire in real estate is the A, legal life estate, B, conventional life estate, C, defeasible fee simple estate, D, absolute fee simple estate. And the answer is D as in dog, absolute fee simple estate. The fee simple freehold estate is the highest form of ownership interest one can acquire in real estate. It includes the complete bundle of rights, and the tenancy is unlimited with certain exceptions. The fee simple absolute estate is a perpetual estate that is not conditioned by stipulated or restricted uses. What fundamental legal purpose is fulfilled by title records? A, keeping the county appraised of tax payments. B, preventing identity theft. C, giving constructive notice of one's rights and interests in the property. And D, assembling all relevant documents in a single place. And the answer is C as in Charlie, giving constructive notice of one's rights and interests in the property. Recorded instruments may include deeds, mortgages, liens, easements, sale contracts of marriage, probate, and tax records. The primary purpose of recording and maintaining records of these instruments is to provide constructive notice to the conditions of the property's title. Who owns it? Who maintains claims against it? What various types of junior liens? The order of payment priority is generally established according to A, the date of recordation, B, what form of tax is in question, C, the order of disbursement, D, whether the lien was subordinated. And the answer is A as in apple, the date of recordation. Among junior liens, date of recording determines priority. The rule is, the earlier the recording date of the lien, the higher its priority. For example, if a judgment lien is recorded against a property on Friday and a mortgage lien is recorded on the following Tuesday, the judgment lien has priority and must be satisfied in a foreclosure ahead of the mortgage lien. Which of the following statement is true regarding tenancy foreclosure laws? A, the seller holds the title during the payoff period of a mortgage loan. B, tenancy allows for deficiency judgments if foreclosure proceeds are less than the loan balance. C, non-judicial foreclosure is illegal in Tennessee. And D, Tennessee is a lien theory state. And the answer is B as in boy. Tenancy allows for deficiency judgments if foreclosure proceeds are less than the loan balance. In Tennessee, when is an agency relationship created? A, as soon as the principal agrees to have the agent be the selling or buying representative. B, circumstances dictate agency creation due to the existence of implied agency. C, upon execution of a written listing agreement. Or D, intentionally upon signing the listing, unintentionally upon principal ratification of the agent's activities? And the answer is C as in Charlie, upon execution of a written listing agreement. Until a licensee enters into a specific written agreement to establish an agency relationship with one or more parties to a transaction, the licensee is considered a facilitator and not an agent or advocate of any party to the transaction. In Tennessee, an agency relationship is never created unintentionally by a licensee's actions or statements. Which statement is true regarding dual agency? A, brokers must obtain a high level of E&O insurance to practice dual agency in Tennessee. B, an agent must have the prior verbal consent of both parties prior to acting as a dual agent. C, managing broker is not a dual agent if there is a designated agent appointment. And D, dual agency has been outlawed in Tennessee. And the answer is C as in Charlie. Managing broker is not a dual agent if there is a designated agent appointment. Dual agency, that is, one licensee representing both parties to the transaction, is legal in Tennessee, but is not commonly practiced. Dual agency must be disclosed in writing and consented to by both parties. The managing broker is not considered a dual agent if an individual licensee appointed as designated agent in a transaction does not represent interests of any other party to the transaction. Which of the following is a requirement of a listing agreement? A, it must have a flexibility termination date. B, it must have an automatic renewal option. C, it must specify broker duties. D, it must be signed by at least one principal party. And the answer is C as in Charlie. It must specify broker duties. A listing cannot legally have an indefinite expiration date or automatic renewals. It must also be signed by all principals and must delineate the duties imposed on the broker for fulfilling the terms of the agreement. And that's 25 questions. Remember, if you want to make studying for your real estate exam easy, then get our exam prep package. Click the link in the comments or description below to get it today. And if you want another video just like this one, then check out this video out right here. I'll see you the next time.